They say every house has a story, but this one whispered its tales to anyone who dared listen. Emma had just inherited her grandfather's old house, never expecting a message scrawled on yellowing paper. "Don't let the attic win." She laughed nervously, not realizing the meaning hidden in those words. Emma unpacked her life in the house with eager anticipation. She believed that motivation thrived in facing one's fears and pushing past them. Yet, a gnawing sensation lingered. She wasn't alone. The wind howled outside, but it wasn't the only thing she heard. A whisper that felt like fingertips brushing against her ear. "Come see." Emma froze, feeling the weight of unseen eyes on her. Determined not to let fear dictate her choices, she took a breath and moved toward the attic. Each step was a test of will, a reminder that bravery means feeling fear and moving anyway. In the dim glow of the flashlight, Emma spotted an old trunk. She reached out, feeling the icy grip of air around her fingers. The house seemed to breathe with her, matching her fear with its own pulse. Emma's fingers brushed over the brittle pages of a diary marked 1923. It spoke of a girl named Lillian, who lived in the house and vanished without a trace. Each line dripped with desperation. "The attic knows. The attic sees. It wants me too." The morning brought clarity and doubt. Had it all been a trick of the mind? Emma shook off the night's terror and pushed herself to believe that the only way to truly conquer fear was to face it, even if it left scars. Videos of others overcoming their darkest moments filled her screen. A surge of resolve welled in her. Fear was a puzzle to solve, not a chain to be bound by. She knew tonight would test that resolve. As the sky darkened, Emma heard a familiar noise. The whisper, only louder, more insistent. This time, the attic door was already ajar, a silent invitation to her growing bravery. She climbed, heart pounding, until she reached the attic. There, in the corner, stood Lillian, or what remained of her. "Why did you leave me?" it asked, eyes full of forgotten pain. Emma stood firm, heart thundering, and whispered back, "I didn't." Emma knew what she had to do. She spoke aloud, facing her deepest fear. "You are seen. You are not alone, and neither am I." The shadows hissed but slowly receded. Morning brought warmth that seeped into every corner of the attic. The oppressive energy lifted, and Emma stood victorious. The diary lay at her feet, pages fluttering as if in silent applause. In facing Lillian, she realized she had faced her own shadow. Courage wasn't the absence of fear, but the act of standing in its presence, unyielding. Emma recorded her experience, knowing that motivation stemmed from sharing the lessons learned in the darkest of times. "This isn't just my story," she said. "It's a reminder to find strength in every shadow we face." Responses poured in, others who had fought their fears, others who hadn't yet. Emma smiled, knowing the attic had given her more than terror. It had given her a voice. As night fell, she heard one last whisper, no longer haunting, but warm. "Thank you." Emma turned to the window, catching the faintest smile on a face not her own. The attic was no longer a place of fear. It was a testament to resilience, a place where Emma learned that some battles are fought not to win, but to endure. With the attic conquered, Emma decided to embrace new challenges, knowing that courage was a muscle she'd keep exercising. The diary, a gift to future readers, rested on top of her things. As she looked back one last time, the attic window glowed gently, a reminder of past fears conquered and future ones she was ready to face. Emma's story became more than just a memory. It became a beacon, a reminder that even in the darkest of places, light could be found, and that courage was within reach for anyone who dared confront their shadows.